Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them microphone, dressed like $1 million, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Ooh, Steve Harvey. Get them on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, join in with me. If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Harvey turn them on to the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on now, dig me. One and only Steve Harvey. Got what? Radio show. Man, what you doing with it? Trying to do the very, very best I can with it. I really am, you know. I get tired sometimes on my journey. I'm not going to kid you. Trying to make something out yourself is a task. If you want to attempt to do something and understand going in, if the thing you're trying to do is to improve yourself, to better your position, to better your relationship, your family, anything, you're trying to be a better you, you're trying to make more money, you're trying to get it together, you're trying to change. If any of those things are in your hopes and dreams, know this right here. You are about to face some challenges, but you might as well go ahead anyway and face those challenges, because if you don't, you have a whole nother set of challenges to face. You know, it's an amazing thing, man, how people sit around and they watch other people strike out to become successful, and they sit in the stands watching these people play out these games, and they criticize, they boo, they laugh at their efforts and everything. And they talk about the failures. He missed that game-winning shot. Boy, he sucked. Man, he did this. He ain't worth that. I hear people who sit in stands, who criticize people who are out there on the playing field. Now, when you're on the playing field, you have a set of challenges in front of you. You're going to be open to criticism. You're going to be open to ridicule. You're going to be talked about when you don't know the people who are talking about you. Now, here's the upside to being the player on the field that's facing all the challenges, the criticisms, the laughing, the joke, the being talked about. He has something going for him. This person, boy, woman, child, girl, man, has an opportunity to win. They have an opportunity to win. And in the game of life, just because you lose one of the games or you lose one of the matches, it don't mean you've lost. You don't get put out. You keep playing. And when you're playing, here's the upside. You have the opportunity to win. But guess what? You're going to win some of the matches. You're going to win some of the points. You're going to make some of the dunks. You're going to hit some of them over the wall. You're going to hit some out the park. You're going to score some goals. You will if you're playing the game. Here's the problem with the people who don't face criticism, who nobody boos or cheers for, who sits in the stands and knows neither victory nor defeat. Those people, without realizing it, are facing a set of challenges also. And the challenges they facing is how I'm going to live with myself, what I'm going to do now, what direction am I going in, where am I going to live, wonder what job will hire me, wonder if I can get paid for criticizing. Oh, woe is me. I can't find the purpose in my life. And man, I'm just waking up in a state of confusion. I don't know what to do. Now, let me ask you something. Which one of them set of challenges you'd rather be faced with? Because if I'm on the floor playing, if I'm on the field playing, if I'm out on the court playing, then guess what? I got a chance at winning. But guess what I'm doing every day while I'm playing? I'm strategizing. I'm waking up with a purpose. I'm waking up trying to come up with another angle. I'm in pursuit of a goal every single day versus the people in the stands who know neither victory nor defeat. Get in the game. Face the challenges. Better yourself, better your wife, better your children, better your condition, better your employment status, better your job, better your career. Take a shot. Come on, man. What you waiting on? Because the alternative is to watch other people play the game. You know what I just do sometimes? Sometimes I get Forbes magazine or Money magazine, or sometimes I still grab a copy of the Robb Report. I just flip through it just to see. I used to get this book called Unique Homes. Unique Homes is a magazine that just has a lot of extravagant houses that's on sale across the country, across the world. I used to just flip through, man. Let me just see, man, what the people that's playing the game out there doing. Stop watching other people become successful when you could very easily be you if you make the decision. But when you make the decision to become successful, get ready for a series of challenges. I think it's more difficult not to accept the challenge. I think it's, for me, this is just for me, it may not be the case for you. For me, I think it's far more difficult to wake up and just see how life gonna go today. Because, man, it could just deal you any kind of hand today. You understand? I don't like, spades. Let's talk a card game, for example. The game of spades, really, man, it ain't a whole lot you can do if you don't get no spades. Really? It's a couple of little strategies you got to do, but you can have all this ace, king, queen, diamond, all you want, but, man, you ain't got no spades. They cutting them. You're in trouble. Bid whist, different game. You can create what's in your hand. You got dealt a hand, too, but you can create a hand. You can call a trump. You can make diamonds your spades. You can make hearts or clubs your spades. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is. You can do something with it. It's a different game, man. You can strategize. I would rather have a say-so in my life than to wake up every day and just see how it's going. I think it's more difficult to not accept the challenge to be something than it is to accept the challenge to be something. I think it's more difficult to sit around and not be nothing. I think it's harder to watch everybody's life going somewhere but mine. I think it would be very difficult for me to sit here and hear them talking about other people and never mention my name. It would be difficult for me to see everybody rise and getting promotions except me. That would be difficult for me. It may not be for you, but for me it would be quite challenging. I would rather accept the challenge of making something out of my life than to sit there and criticize those and then watch and see how my life just may go. Okay? Just a thought today.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Somebody said there was dancing in the streets. Somebody told me. What? What, boy? Where did you get that from? Somewhere in the back of my mind. Somebody said there was dancing in the streets. Boy.
That's the Isley Brothers. Isn't that Isley Brothers? That's
I don't, Jay, I don't even know where it come from.
Jodis.
It's the Isley Brothers.
Stay with yours, Junior. Stay with yours.
They make up all kinds of stuff. That's where it come from.
No. I heard they coming back, Junior.
Boy, I know. I'm in the band.
You've been to rehearsals.
It ain't gonna last.
We got tour dates and everything. I'm back on base.
I know. I saw the tour. It's called the Step Over Tour.
Well, you killed when you talk about that.
That's when one of them fall, the other one just step over there and keep saying, Step Over Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley Strawberry.
Let's get to electric sliding up in here, Steve.
My girl, Carla Farrell.
Shuffle.
Good morning, Steve. What's happening, crew? Happy Friday.
Jodeci's president of their fan club, Junior Kia Spates.
Ooh, yeah.
Right there. The dog, demented and bitter, J. Anthony Brown.
Ooh, yeah, I love that. Ooh, yeah. Morning,
King
everybody.
of pranks, Nephew Tommy.
Top. It's Friday, Uncle Steve. That's what it is. It's Friday, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Friday. It is Friday.
Never mad on Friday, right?
No,
Nobody should have an
never be
attitude
mad.
on Friday.
You ever had a meeting that's on your schedule and you know it's coming and you don't want to go?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Every meeting.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every meeting, Shirley?
Yes.
And a couple of them at court, Steve. A lot of them were at court. I definitely didn't want to go down there.
Lord have mercy, man.
Some meetings good now. There's some money meetings out there. There's some good meetings.
Money making meetings.
Money making meetings.
Money making
There's some good meetings out there, but this one today, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a
What
meeting
meeting you
today?
In
Yes,
person or
yes,
on Zoom?
yes,
In
yes.
person?
In person.
Oh, okay.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about this meeting?
What is that?
I know that they're going to lie.
Oh, in the meeting.
Man, I already know.
How long you
got
think
to
it's going to
lie,
take to get to the lie? How long is it going to take to get to the lie?
Right away. Hey, good to see you. That's a lie. And
the
then
gate?
after that, because then my lawyer going to say, okay, so let's just get to the meat of it. As soon as they open their mouth, it's just going to be a lie. I'm not in legal trouble or nothing like this. It's just, man, y'all.
Uh-oh. You say the lawyer when the lawyer speak.
Yeah. I've learned to quit going to these meetings by myself. Yeah, I don't do that no more. No, calling him later ain't ever good.
All right, coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, ask the CLO Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey in the building right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, time for Ask the CLO. Steve Harvey is the Chief Love Officer. This one is from Rhonda in New Orleans. Rhonda says, I have a new boyfriend that lives in Florida, and I put forth the effort to see him on the weekends. And when I get there, he doesn't have anything planned. I have to come up with date options or plan a dinner at home because he is not a take charge kind of guy. I'd love to sit back and let him take the lead, but we'd be sitting home every weekend if I did that. I told him that he doesn't make me feel special, and he called me spoiled. Am I wrong for feeling this way? Should our roles be reversed?
Well, first of all, y'all have a long-distance relationship. You make the effort to go down to Florida. What do you got to do? You've taken the lead. And so now he in the back seat. And he letting you drive. And then when you complain about it, you spoil. Why are you seeing him?
Right.
I don't understand what is the benefit in it for you. Nothing. he don't even come see you.
No effort.
Right.
You go see him, and you know why he ain't got nothing planned? Because he don't care if you come or not.
He doesn't, Steve. Thank you. He really doesn't.
Can I tell you something about men? If a man ain't treating you special, it's because he don't think you special.
Hello.
One more time. One more
If a
time.
man ain't treating you special, it's because he don't think you special.
One more time for the women in the back. One more time. for the
Are they,
women.
how far back are they?
They far back. Say it one
If
more
a
time.
man ain't treating you special, it's because you ain't special.
Hello.
That's
To
period.
him, that's right.
Men treat you the way they think you are. If you're getting special treatment from a man, it's because he think you special.
Yeah.
So you've done now you want special what? So I ain't got to fix nothing for you. I ain't got to have nothing ready. I ain't got to have no plan. I don't care where we go because I don't care if you come.
Yeah, she's
Matter
made
of fact,
it
bring
way
me
too
something to eat
easy.
when you come in here.
Right.
Baby, since you come,
Way
bring
too
me
easy
something.
for him.
Hell, see you next weekend.
What you
So
say,
whenever
Tommy?
you
Bring
show
me
up.
something to eat.
Yes, I mean, on your way down here to Florida, stop and pick up me something else.
When you
Stop
get
at
off the
Sunday.
exit, grab me something to eat.
Chick-fil-A.
All that drama.
Man, that's crazy.
Off the plane, all that. Oh, Tommy.
McDonald's.
Let's go to the movies. Well, Netflix got a new movie out this week.
All of that.
In fact,
right,
go
yeah.
past the exit and go to the other chicken place I really like, and then come back. So. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Marla in Hammond, Louisiana says, I've been in a relationship with a guy I met online. He's 40 and I'm 38. Neither of us have been married, but he's helping his ex-girlfriend co-parent her 2 children. They were never married, and he is not the biological father of the kids. He said he dated this woman for 6 years, and he's the only father they've known. I think the children need to be close to their mom's new boyfriend, not mine. Is this crazy to you, or am I being selfish?
Well, I mean, he's telling you that he's co-parenting. And they've been in a relationship for 6 years, I believe you said.
For 6 years.
The only dad they've known, he's the father figure in their life. That's the relationship he had before he met you. Now, you don't want him to have a relationship with the kids no more because you on the scene. What 40-year-old man you know don't come with no baggage, no history, no nothing. So when you met him online, he's never been married and has no kids. What do you think he been doing for them 40 years? So do I think you're being a bit unreasonable? I think exactly you're being unreasonable. First of all, he didn't have to tell you this. You're in a long distance relationship.
Most folks wouldn't have said that. Most fellas.
I'm telling you.
Said that out.
So he's told you what you're dealing with so you will know. He the only dad they've ever known. Some men love these kids.
Yeah.
And just because me and your mama ain't working, man, I still love these kids.
That's a beautiful thing to take care of someone else's kids. As
That's
you've said
kind of
many
nice. Now,
times.
are you being selfish? That's you 38. You want your own kids? I don't know what's happening. Leave that man alone with that thing he's doing over there.
Yeah, we're doing way too much. All right, Big Pat in Alabama says, I'm a 54-year-old woman, and my husband and I went to a swingers party. We just watched. We didn't participate. A few days later, my husband says he wants us to swing, but in the privacy of our own home. He wants to invite this woman he met over to our home and have sex with her. Just him and her behind closed doors without me. I told him that's called an affair, not swinging, and there is a difference in the two. ... Right?
Damn.
What?
You brought this
Hell
up.
yeah, it is.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me ask you
The
something.
ass and you want the
Didn't
ass
you
and
say in the letter that you was 54?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you typing me asked me that? Y'all went to a swingers party together. Y'all just watched.
They didn't participate.
Right.
You didn't think while watching wasn't nothing gonna cross his mind. Whose idea was to go to the swingers party?
There we go.
Somebody had to introduce the idea, one, you or him. Now, whoever it was, Now your husband then went off on his own and met this other woman and want to come over to the house and have sex with her behind closed doors alone. Now Big Pat
At the house.
Without you.
Now Big Pat, that's her name, Big Pat.
Big Pat from Alabama.
Now Big Pat, I don't know why they call you Big Pat. I have an idea, but I can't assume that. Now, I'm just gonna go with you, Big Pat. Big Pat. You're going along with too much.
Yeah.
She's
Now, if
open
you
for
was little
marriage.
cute ass Pat, would you tolerate this? But since you calling yourself Big Pat, he thought he'd run this by you. I tell you what, bring her over here and shut the door. See what happens.
See what happened with that dough.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you why they call me Big Pat. That dough don't stand a damn chance.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, CLO.
Swinging.
Coming up, Nephew with Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in trending news, Chuck D responds to the backlash over his R. Kelly comments. Also in trending news, YouTube bans all anti-vax content. And in our Tell Me Something Good segment, we'll tell you about a heartwarming video that has gone viral. It's a story about a father supporting his son who's battling cancer. We'll discuss all of these stories at the top of the hour, but right now, the nephew is here to put a smile on our face with Run That Prank Back. What you got for us, Neff, today?
Your drunk husband. Your drunk husband. Cat dog, if you would. Would is the word. If you would, cat dog.
I didn't even catch
Wood
that,
is a
Steve.
fragrance.
I understand that. Cat dog, if you. Cat dog, can we go?
Hello?
You gotta hold on a minute, okay? All right, I got your phone. I'll give your wife a call.
Hello?
All right? Right now, you're inebriated, sir. Okay? Right now, I should be taking you in, but I'm not gonna do that. You let me. If she's able to come and pick you up, I'll let her come get you. All right?
Hello?
Officer Brian's gonna put you in his squad car. I'm gonna call your wife. I've got the phone dialing now. All right? Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
Hello. Who am I speaking with, please?
Who is this?
This is Officer Daniels.
Officer Daniel. You just called from. This is my husband's number. Who is Officer Daniel?
I am Officer Daniels, ma'am. Your husband's actually been pulled over, and he's been he's in another officer's car. He's a little bit inebriated here, and we're trying to see about getting him picked up. I'm trying my best not to take him in today, so I'm trying to be a good Samaritan. I'm trying to get someone to come and pick him up.
Hold on. Back up. You got my husband.
What I got here on the driver's license is Kenny.
And he's with you now.
He's actually in Officer Brian's squad car right now. So he was actually bobbing and weaving out on the road, and we pulled him over. He's not creating any problems. The young lady wasn't creating any problems. So what we're trying to do is get somebody to come and pick him up. You
don't have my husband because my husband is at work, so he can't be in no Officer Brian or in your car. Back up. Tell me again, did you say somebody's with Kenny?
There was a young lady in the car, man. We're actually letting her go because she's not inebriated. From the looks of it, she's calling somebody to pick her up now.
Man, no, I can't believe this. Kenny, I know that dirty son got nobody in my car. That's my car. And you said that he had, tell me this, officer, tell me this. Look at that and tell me what she looked like. It better not be that. Better not be the one I think she is.
I have no idea exactly. Excuse me, ma'am.
I know.
Ma'am, what exactly is your name?
About in my car, he's supposed to be working.
I'm sorry? Jasmine.
Okay.
You're Jasmine. Okay.
Bridget.
No, just stay there. We'll talk to you in a moment. Yeah, her name is Jasmine. I'm not sure who she is in relation to Kenny, but
keep him there. Keep it. Yeah, hold him there till I get there. I'm on my way. I'm on my way right now. Hey, Bridget, I want you to watch these children for me till I get back. I'm going to see if I can get me a ride up to the truck stop, and I'll be back in a minute.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm still here.
Are you there?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, ma'am. Listen, I can't stay here too much longer. I can stay here maybe another 15, 20 minutes. Somebody come get the car, but I got to keep moving here. I'm just trying to do a favor and not take this guy in.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I got my purse in my hand. I'm on my way to that truck stop. Please don't take that nowhere, because I got something for his. And when I get there, I hope like hell it ain't that that's been calling me with me all through the night. Leave her there till I get there, because I got some things that I need to take care of this day. Don't move the squad car till I get there. I'm on my way right now. Right now. I'll be there in a minute. Well, that took my car and picked up that today. We done had arguments over this. It better not be that. It better not. I bet you it better not be her. It better not be her. I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute. I'll be there. Keep that till I get there.
Okay, well, D, now there's a guy that was with Kenny. Let me close my door so you can hear me better, man. There was another gentleman that was in the back seat of the car that was riding with Kenny and the young lady.
I don't give a about no other riding with Kenny. You just make sure he's there when I get there.
Okay. Now, do you know who this other gentleman? Do you know Nephew Tommy?
I don't care about no nephew Tommy. Nephew Tommy.
Cynthia, this is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, baby. Your husband Kenny got me to prank phone call you.
Man, you and Kenny can kiss. Because let me tell you what was just going to happen to Kenny Nephew Tommy. I was going to go down to Bankhead and 285 and tell him when he get home he's still going to be. Oh,
my God. You all right?
Oh, my God. Nah, I'm going to kick. Where you at, Tommy?
Oh, man, he told me, he said, man, my wife don't play. He said, call my wife, man, and prank my wife. You all right, Cynthia?
I'm good, Tommy. I'm good. But what for real, though? Is he at work or he with
No, he at work. He in your car at work. He works.
You better be at work.
Hey, baby, tell me this. What's the baddest radio show in the land?
Steve Harvey Morning Show. I don't know.
Would you whine? If I touched, if I kissed, if I held you tight.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's going on?
All right, King
How stupid was it?
It was pretty stupid. It was up
I'm trying
there.
to get a stupid rebuttal from y'all. How stupid was it? That's all I want to know.
It was pretty stupid.
I don't even know why you ask.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think we're going to say?
Let me ask you a question. Has this show or the people on the show ever complimented you on anything of intelligence?
Yes.
Or has it all been stupid? Other than
It's intelligently stupid.
Presidency.
It's intelligently stupid, and that means a lot.
Yes. Stupid and intelligence. About half and half. What I'm seeing. Yeah, half and half.
That's my boy. That's my boy right there. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Now, that's how you back somebody up.
if
That's
you
how
meet
ride.
somebody and half the time they stupid and the other half they intelligent, which one you think wins?
Stupid.
You get
All
a little of both.
damn day.
You get a little of both.
Nah, because that stupid shows up. Can't be half and half.
You're not intelligently thinking right now, and that's you gotta
right there, right there.
I am intelligently stupid, and if you
It takes a lot of intelligence to be that stupid.
Thank
I mean,
you.
that's the
Boy,
way I see it.
Stupid wins
Not-
every
not-
time.
That's
you
how
say
you
something
talk.
intelligent,
Grab
we're
that
gonna remind you that your ass is stupid. Ain't you the same one with your ass in the car with a possum? See, that's how your ass gonna get reminded.
Okay, but he intelligently found out it was not a possum. So there's that.
Love Team Tommy. Come on, Team Tommy.
Oh, you mean he looked back there?
All right.
That took a
We
lot
got to
of
get out of here.
intelligence.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have some trending news headlines right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Public Enemy's Chuck D is clarifying his comments about R. Kelly after they sparked controversy online. After it was announced that Kelly was found guilty on all counts, Chuck D took to Twitter to share his thoughts. Abused in youth, an addict as an adult, Ike Turner served 18 months in prison. Rick James did similar time. Ike came out a changed, positive human being. How long should R. Kelly spend in prison, and does a USA system give a man a chance to change his world around? Well, reactions to his take on the verdict were met with backlash, and he took to Twitter once again to set the record straight. Just to be clear, I'm not the R. Kelly fan here, adding that his actions were criminal. Now, the tweet continues, my apologies if the wings of perception loomed beyond the words on this slave app. Okay, he got deep there at the end.
I don't know what that means.
But you get the gist.
Chuck D. Justice for the victims. Period.
I can't go with none of that. I mean, look.
Yeah. Defend our black women, our sisters.
Look, here's the deal. Ike Turner did. How much time he say?
He said 18 months in prison.
And rightfully so, for abusing Tina Turner.
His wife.
Yeah.
He beat his wife.
And that's when you physically abuse a person, you got to do some time.
Emotional.
We talking about kids here.
Yes.
We talking about kids and sexual assault, sexual trafficking, racketeering.
The list goes on.
But see, listen to me. I understand what Chuck D was trying to say, but that ain't how it got took.
Yeah, but it came off like he was defending R. Kelly.
That's period. That's what period got. Yeah, that's what everybody got out of that.
I'm not finna be confused about that.
That's when you shut your damn mouth.
Yeah, you ain't got to comment on everything. Right.
But look, what Chuck D said when he said, when does a man get a chance to write his life? He had the chance when he was first acquitted. And he walked out that courtroom with that big giant cigar.
Yep. And did the same.
That was back in what, 96?
God had given you a chance right there, dog. To go either get yourself some help, straighten your life up, man, or start dating grown women of their own will. But you could, and you went worse, dog. You went and got some more kids. No, man, hold up.
That's it.
That's the problem I got.
The jury made that decision. Let's go.
And it's a tragedy.
Talking BS, straight BS, straight BS.
And man, look, it's a tragedy on all levels. These victims, first of all, and you have no idea the damage that's done to them. Right. And there's no way to measure it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's also a tragedy that a man didn't take the warning shot and do something with the warning shot.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, man.
He didn't correct his behavior and get help. No.
Brother, you ask most people, they will tell you, man, I did this before and I should have stopped. I did that and I shouldn't have did that other one. Man, if I'd have only just went on to my house.
No remorse.
Most people get a warning shot, man.
OJ got a big warning shot.
Dog, most people get a warning. Dog, when he kept getting arrested for all them abuse calls, them was OJ's warning shots.
Yeah.
That woman called the police 911 how many times? Went down there with bruises on herself how many times?
They had pictures of her,
Bruh, that ain't, you kept getting away with it. Now finally, here you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I'm telling you.
Some of those people think they're invincible, they're untouchable. They use their celebrity, all of that. But anyway.
R. Kelly should have stayed trapped in that closet.
Chuck D. If somebody related to Chuck D, he would be thinking differently and speaking differently.
As a victim, victim.
Yeah.
He got no skin in the
Good point.
game.
That's right.
He could
That's
just
right,
say
Jay.
anything.
That's a good point. Yep.
That's very true.
Well, I think he cleared it up, Chuck D. I think he cleared it up.
Right.
And I understand what he was trying to say, but like he
didn't come
like
out
he
that way.
tried to say, the wings of perception.
Yeah, he tried to get deep at the end. My apologies if the wings of perception loomed beyond the words on this slave app.
I don't know what the slave app was.
On there, though.
He don't use loom that often.
Man, you can't call it a slave app.
You don't use loom.
Yeah, but you're on it, right? You're on the slave app.
Right. With the first message.
What did you say, Tommy?
He don't use loomed.
That ain't a regular word for
Chuck D don't regularly use loomed.
That's a word he yelled out for. Give me a big word.
Loom.
Stupid Jay.
All right. We're going to try to move forward, crazy people. Because in other trending news, YouTube has announced, they announced this yesterday, that it will block all anti-vaccine content, taking their ban on false information about COVID vaccines and expanding it to include content that includes misinformation about other approved vaccines. The move comes as tech companies like YouTube and Facebook are being criticized for not doing enough to stop the spread of false health information on their sites.
That's
so
huge.
There you go. Yeah, that's
That's
big.
really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And,
That's
and, and,
good.
and take down Trump 1. Take that down too. You need to take some
While you're at it.
I mean,
Yeah.
congratulations. That's great. But I mean, since we now we got something we can all agree on, why can't we agree on hate groups? I think all the information for the Klan and the
that
skinheads and anybody that hates another group, I think that ought to be taken down too. You know.
Thank you.
Yes.
But the only reason they
absolutely,
doing that
Steve.
now is because their kids is sick too. See, soon as something happen to their kids,
Everybody got that.
Yeah. All right. All right, we're moving on. Thank you, guys. Coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, we'll look into the mind of J. Anthony Brown right after this.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. It's your buddy. Introduce him, please.
ladies and gentlemen, J. Anthony Brown.
What up, everybody? It's the wedding of all times on the 21st of October, 22nd, 23rd, Atlanta Comedy Theater, and 29 and 30, I'll be at the Island Comedy Lounge in Silver Springs, Wheatonton, Maryland, baby. That's where I'm going to be. Now, a lot of you aunties, uncles, moms, dads, cousins, friends, because of COVID, people have moved back in, and that's okay. And you've lost control of your house, and that's not good. Well, I'm here to set you up with some rules that will let you get more control of your house if you decide to let somebody move in. First of all, money up front. No, we don't pay when we get paid. We pay before we move a damn box in. We pay straight up front, okay? And you gotta make it uncomfortable. You only get a bed in your room. You can't have a computer, a TV, a chair. Sit your ass on the edge of the bed. I'm just trying to help you out, okay? Sit on,
You don't get no chair?
sit on the edge. No chair. No.
Too comfortable.
Why are you lounging in my room? You're lounging. No, that's not what we're trying to do. Now,
Why
if
they
you
call
can't
him bitter
afford
man.
a small refrigerator, okay, you can use the big refrigerator, but you got to put your stuff in that bottom bin. The bottom bin.
Throw your back
Your
out.
stuff goes in the bottom because I don't want to look in there thinking it's mine. Then I eat it. Now I got to hear your mouth. Why? I don't need to hear that. All right?
Jay, what are these reasons for?
These are for people who move in. We need harsher rules so that you understand whose house this is. It's not your house. No company. Oh, hell no. No company. No. Nobody can drop you off. You can't sit in front of my house in the car and talk. No, hell no.
But Jada,
Have your
inmates-
friends pick your ass up at the corner because I don't want people to know where I live. You know these people, but I don't know these people.
Right.
So no, ain't gonna be no
Why they
thing.
call him bitter man.
This is very important. Now, if you live with an older person, most older people might get up between 4, 5, 6, and 7. Some may sleep to 12. So, which means your bathroom hours are 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you don't need to be in there when I got to pee. I mean, really. Because, you
We
know,
gotta go.
this is everything. Yeah, all right, bye.
All right, thank you, Jay. More of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 34 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
What is going on? The NBA is looking to get all of its players vaccinated. That's a good thing before the start of the season. Amid new executive orders in San Francisco and New York City, any unvaccinated NBA players who cannot play will now have to forfeit their pay. Okay?
Got serious.
Play, no play, no play, no pay.
Kyrie Irving makes $435,000 a game.
What?
He's saying he's not taking the vaccine. Okay, look, man. Brothers, I'm just going to say this to all y'all. This your livelihood. Y'all sitting up in here tripping about the research done on the vaccine, which is ample enough for them to make it worldwide. I don't know what you're tripping on, and you can talk about it's my choice. It's your choice, but when your choice affects the livelihood and welfare of other people, it's not just your choice.
Yeah.
You're in a locker room in closed quarters every day with these group of guys, and what you can't do is come in there sick and then affect their livelihood and their money. It's a team sport. Now, brothers, get this damn vaccine and carry your ass on.
How much I make a game on?
Oh,
Kyrie makes $435,000.
Where the needle at? What
Give me
show?
all three of them. Give me all three of them.
Yeah.
LeBron got vaccinated.
Yeah.
That should tell you something.
Lead by example. There you go.
I got the vaccine before LeBron. I'm not a follower. I don't need nobody's permission to take care of me and my damn family.
Right.
And I don't want to hear your theory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, about why you're not taking
Misinformation
I don't
and all
care.
those theories and all
Listen,
that.
it's my choice. It is until it affects me.
Right.
It's your choice to be in the Ku Klux Klan. But if you come over in my house with your sign and your hood on, I got something for your ass. Now, your decision is finna affect something now. Your
Actions
right
have
to choose.
consequences.
Actions have consequences. Thank you, Carla, for real.
And employees have the right to try to protect all their employees, and that's what they're trying to do.
Safe work
You
environment.
can't come
There
in
you
here
go.
and we don't know what the hell you got. Now, either you take the shot, get tested, or you stay your ass home and forfeit your money.
Here's the way.
That's a lot of money to force.
That's a lot of paper.
But what about regular jobs, though? People in the airline industry,
Yeah,
United
some
laid off all those
businesses are
people.
doing
But
it,
you
right?
know what? See, Carla, it's all relative.
Yeah.
See, just cause Kyrie make $435,000 a game, I've heard that number before. But when you make $4,000 a month, and somebody talking about you can come get this $4,000 or you get nothing. I'm finna go get this shot because this $4,000, that's my $435 a game.
That's my livelihood, right?
That's
Take
what I'm
care of
saying.
my family with
I
that.
know.
Yesterday, United Airlines fired over 500 employees. Yesterday,
Nurses in New
they
York,
refused
too,
to get
coming out.
vaccinated by the company's deadline. A federal judge can mandate that New York City teachers get the vaccine as well. So, I mean, getting fired or getting the vaccine, these are your choices, and you choose to get fired.
You sitting on this plane with all these people and you ain't vaccinated. I don't.
Working around, baggage claim or
What do
wherever,
they think
grounds.
is in this shot? That. What do they
It's
think
fear,
is in
Tommy.
this?
It really is.
I'm
I still
It
sick
changes from day to day.
of weed smoking ass people talking about they not taking the vaccine. You don't know what's in that bag. You don't know when they done sprinkle something on it. You don't know what they doing. But we buy dope. Y'all kidding me? You buy dope. You don't know what's in it. You just taking it.
You have to go with weed smokers, though. You could have.
I wanted to, Jay, because I wanted to hurt you.
You have to lead with that.
I tried to hurt
You
you.
had to lead. You had to lead with that.
I led with weed because I know how you feel about it.
We get the point, but I mean, you could have done something else. Chicken or soup or something.
I still have to go back.
You
though, to
don't
the
know
men.
what's in the soup that you got to eat after you done smoked the
That's right.
weed.
That's right.
Alphabets are in the damn soup. That's what's in the soup. I know what's in.
All right, coming up next, we're going to switch gears, and Nephew Tommy is here with today's prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. The subject, it's time for a change. But right now, the nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
It is time for a prank call.
Yeah, just
All right? All minds clear? Heads bowed, eyes closed. You prayed for a job. That's what you did. You prayed for a job. Cat dog, if you would. Hello, I'm trying to reach a Carolyn, please.
This is Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn. Listen, my name is Lawrence. I actually go to the same church you do. I saw you last Sunday where you stood up in the church, and I heard that you were talking about you were going through some bad times.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Well, your job supposedly got rid of the department that you were in, and you were now seeking a new type of work. Am I right?
Yes.
Or
that's right.
just work, period, because you're looking for a new occupation, and I was there when you asked everybody to pray for you.
Yes.
Have you found anything yet?
I haven't. You know, I've been praying. We prayed again today. I asked for the church's prayers again today, and I know everything's gonna work out because you know he said you take one step, he gonna take two.
That's right.
So I'm prepping, and I know it's gonna happen. I know.
Well, listen, I think I may be able to be of some help to you. I actually own my own company, and I'm thinking that you could be the perfect person for a position that I have available. Now, what type of work were you doing in the past? Give me some of your job qualifications.
Oh, I'm executive secretary, administrative assistant, anything like that. Type 88 words a minute. They even take the old style shorthand. Oh, I can do it all. If you just tell me what you need and I can do it. Take care of your executives that come through the office, anything that's needed. Travel, expenses, that's what I do.
Okay.
And
now,
I'm good at it, too.
What type of hours are you used to working?
9 to 5. Sometimes I'll come in at 8. I don't have a problem with coming in at 8. I can come in even earlier if you need me to come in earlier.
Are you opposed to working at night?
No, I don't mind working at night. I mean, it just depends. You know, right now beggars can't be choosy.
Right.
I ask and it's being given to me.
Okay.
What kind of hours we looking at?
I have an offer for you that it would be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. You will only be working 3 days a week for me. Okay.
No, just to let you know, I was looking for something with a few more hours, a few more days. I need like full time. I have a family.
Well,
I have bills to pay.
Right. I understand. But listen, I think the actual amount will suffice for that. Now, I'm going to offer you $750 per night for 3 nights a week. That's $2,250 for those 3 days for 1 week.
Wait a minute. You said $750 a night?
$750 a night.
And I'm making around $2,000 or something.
You're making
a
week, ma'am, and if you do the math on that adds up to about $9,000 for a month.
Ooh, you know, it sounds too good to be true, but now I put it all in his hands. I turned it over. That's what we're supposed to do. I did it, and you tell me I'll make $750 a night.
Okay.
But, I mean, what I'm going to be doing? Keeping your books, you know, because I do a little accounting, too.
Well, let me say this. Now, the reason why I say it's at night is because I own a nightclub, and you would be working at the nightclub for me, so you would put in about 4 or 5 hours every night, and for 3 nights a week, like I stated, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and of course, I'll pay you $750. Matter of fact, I'll actually pay you your first 2 weeks in advance.
And I need that.
But I'm sure you've lost your balance. You need to get back on your feet and everything.
Yes, I do. Yes. Okay. So exactly what is it I'll be doing it because I'm sure, like I said, I can do office work. I'm good. Like accounting, you tell me, a clerk, front door, I can keep your books going.
Right. Well, no, not necessarily. I don't need you to work the front door. I'm actually going to have you in the club working. Okay. So, I mean, how's your physical condition? Are you able to get around and you don't get tired quick, do you? Now, are you in good physical shape?
Yes, I'm in very good physical shape. I don't get tired quick at all. You need to do something like be over the bartenders or something and work the bar to make sure all the money's, nobody's stealing money from you or something like that?
No, you're not at the bar either. See, because what I'm going to do, now, have you ever done anything like, anything close to dance or anything like that? Have you done that in the past?
Yeah, I did a little ballet when I was younger. Drill squad, cheerleading, I mean, I do a little dancing, and, go out every once in a while. You do a little dancing here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with moving around.
Okay, well, that's good. Because, see, what I want you to do is I want you to do a little bit of dancing in the club.
You have something like ballroom dancing or something where you need me to teach you. I don't know how to do the ballroom dance, so I can't work with nobody on that stuff like that.
No, I'm not asking you to do any ballroom dancing or anything like that. What I need you to do, I want you to dance
on the pole. See, I have
what?
On the pole. See, I have a strip club. I want you to dance on the pole.
Pole? What the hell you mean when you dance on a pole?
Well, actually, I own the Silk Stocking, which is a strip club.
Oh, I'm not a silk stocking. What the hell you mean? You don't want me dancing on the pole? You know what? This is you must be out your mind. I ain't dancing on a pole for nobody. You can take that pole, Mr. Kelly, whatever your name is, you can strap that pole up your
What?
You must be out your mind.
But don't you want to make this money? I got $750 a night for you.
I don't need that kind of money. I'm telling you right now, you in that pole dance, you can take that pole and shove it up to damn. You have no business calling me about no dancing on no pole, and I believe you got nothing from nobody at church.
I'm trying to get you a job, baby. They told me that you was in need of a job, so I'm just
I'm
trying to...
I'm not in need of that kind of job. I'm not in need of no jobs. I'm taking off my damn drawers somewhere down the butt window and dance on no damn pole. What's wrong with you?
Okay, what if I bump it up to $1,000 a night?
No, I don't care if you done it for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I ain't taking my jaws out for no damn body.
I want your on that pole.
You ain't gonna see my. You know what? I want your in church on these springs. That's where you need to be calling me, talking about you got a job. You know this is right here.
When I see you at church next Sunday.
When you see me at church, I say, don't you come up to me and say nothing to me, because if I see you, I'm gonna bust you in your face.
I'm gonna come and ask you and Wendell, will you get your butt on the pole?
You know, and if you gonna come by Wendell, I'm gonna whoop your.
Well, let me say this to you. Are you listening to me?
You know what? I don't want to listen to you. If I'm getting ready to hang up, you know, don't you call me no more.
Wait just a minute, Carolyn. I want to say this. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your cousin, Ravina.
Ravina? My cousin Ravina? I'm going to give her I'm going to kick her. Ravina, Ravina know better. Ravina know I need some money. You know Ravina is wrong with that. You tell Ravina when you talk to her, what is my I don't believe that girl.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
You got her.
All right. That's all I want to know. Did I get it?
I'm not taking my draws off for nobody.
I don't care if you jump it up to $3,000, $5,000 a night. I wish you'd call him.
Well, he's screaming at her to get on the pole.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I don't know no ballroom dance, but I can learn.
Yeah.
Did a little ballet.
I get around, you know.
Did a little ballet.
The little little drill. I was a drill major at, you know. I know all that drill. 2, 4, 5, 6,
I can do
8,
two-step, you know. That don't pay $750.
Y'all majorette, you know.
I type 80-some words a minute. I do shorthand.
80-some words a minute. I don't know who do that.
Man. Oh, I can type that.
Oh, my God.
You could type 88 words a minute? Man, I took typing in school. I typed 34 words a minute. Full of mistakes.
I can type more than that, but they be spelled wrong.
Oh, dog, I'm talking about, man. And you remember the slogan you had to type to touch all the cues over the yellow, some moon.
Yeah.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog's back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The quick
Steve,
brown fox jumped over the lazy dog's back. That made you touch all the keys. 34 words a minute. All committed.
JKL.
Thank you, guys. All right, coming up next, Strawberry Letter's subject. It's time for a change. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live. That's for you, Jay. On the air, like we're doing this one right here, right now. Never know, it could be yours.
Could be. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Subject, it's time for a change. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a board-certified registered nurse, and I was raised in public housing by my aunt because my mother had me when she was 16. After I graduated from high school, I found out my aunt was sleeping with my boyfriend, so I beat her up and spent time in juvenile detention. From that point on, I was told that I wouldn't amount to anything. I beat the odds, and I got a nursing degree. I'm 30 years old, and I just bought my first house not far from where I grew up. All of my female friends from high school are still fighting over the same men and working 2 and 3 jobs to pay the bills. We still have house parties and go on vacations, but I usually pay most of the expenses when we plan anything. I have been dating the same guy for 10 years, and I'm really proud of the man he's become. I've been patient with him while he completes his degree, but I don't think he's taking classes right now. When I evaluate where I am and who I associate with, I get sad. At work, I'm a different person. I get to talk to the other shift nurses and doctors, and it's a different world than what I live. And when I go home, my boyfriend loves to say I'm different and I talk proper when I'm at work. I am aware that I'm 2 different people, and I enjoy the progressive side of life more so than the one I grew up in. The more I hang with my girls on the weekend and we drink till 3 a.m., the more I know that I'm outgrowing them. I'm ready to walk away from everything that's familiar in my life, but I can't do this anymore. Am I being a sellout if I pull away from my friends? Am I supposed to keep waiting for my boyfriend to get himself all the way together? Is there a way to distance myself respectfully? Wow, if anyone needs a change in their life, I would say it would be you. And those of us who have lived and have some experience at life, we will definitely tell you that the one constant in life is change. And we can't avoid it because it's going to happen whether we want it to or not. And guess what? What you're feeling and what you're going through right now, that's a good thing. You distance yourself by trying new things, different things, and staying busy. That's how you do it respectfully. And you can say no. It's okay to say no if you don't want to do stuff with them like hanging out and drinking till 3 a.m. You know, that's not what you do anymore. Change means growth, and you already said that you are outgrowing them. You feel it, you see it, and that's okay. Trust me, you will not be the first one to get a new circle of friends. It's nothing wrong with that. You should accept and embrace it where it's taking you. This is your path now, your journey. You're on your journey. You're not a sellout, and don't let them try to make you think you're a sellout because you want to move up and move on and move differently. They just don't want you to outshine them, all right? That's where that hate would be coming from. You're 30 now. What is your man doing besides putting you down, talking about you talk proper and you're different now? You said he's not even in school, taking classes. So you have no idea when or if he's going to finish. I say stop wasting your time. Go ahead and live your life. Please don't waste any more of your time with your hating friends. You have to pay for everything with them anyway. What is that about? That says to me that they're users letting you pay for everything. That's not right. So if they don't appreciate the change in you, that doesn't ignite like something in them to be better. I think there are plenty other people out there that will. I just say, go on, live your life, be great. Steve?
All right, the subject is it's time for a change. Let me say this about Shirley's response. Every single word Shirley Strawberry just said was 1,000% true. Period. There's no getting around what she told you, nothing like this. But sometimes you have to hear it a different way. Now, what Shirley did was she told you exactly right. I hope you hear that. Because she told you almost in a way where your new, better, and more improved side could understand and take it in. So since Shirley has so eloquently done that for the new, improved new you, I'm going to talk to you as the old you. So you can get both sides. You can pick which one you... Now, I want you to understand I'm going to say the exact same thing Shirley just said. But we're going to take the other route. Let's break the letter down. Here we go. I'm a board-certified registered nurse. I was raised in public housing by my aunt because my mother had me when she was 16. After I graduated from high school, I found out my aunt was sleeping with my boyfriend, so I beat her up and I had to spend time in juvenile detention. Okay, great. Let's break this down. Your mama had you early. You moved in with your aunt. Your aunt was, tricky. You found out she slept with your boyfriend. You whoop your aunt ass.
Yep.
This what happened?
That's about sums it up. Yep.
Now, you jumped on her real good because you got charges pressed. And now you done went down to juvie. Now, you were told that you would never amount to anything, and then you beat the odds. You got out. You rose above your circumstances. You did exactly that. You have a nursing degree, you're 30 years old, and you just bought your first house. Not far from where I grew up. That was the mistake. You bought your first house not far from where you grew up. That was your first mistake, because now it has kept you too close to your past. And I hate to tell y'all this, but the antics in the hood, you got to keep it real. The real antics would be, you got to keep it moving. I'll be back
Steve.
with why.
Yeah, hang on. We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after. Today's Strawberry Letter subject is time for a change. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject, it's time for a change.
Young girl who's 30-year-old woman is writing this letter, had a very similar past to a lot of people. Her mother was young when she had her. That's not a problem or sin. You were raised by your aunt, and then you found out when you graduated from high school, your aunt was sleeping with your boyfriend. So you beat her ass. And you had to spend some time down in juvie, and from that point on, you was told you wouldn't amount to anything, and then you did what so many of us have done. You beat the odds. You got a nursing degree. You're 30 years old. You just bought your first house. Here's a problem. Not far from where I grew up, right around them very same people that said you would never amount to anything. All your female friends from high school are still fighting over the same men and working 2 and 3 jobs to pay the bills. All my female friends from high school are still fighting over the same men and working 2, 3 jobs to pay the bills. I'm going to say my next statement. We still have house parties, go on vacations, but I usually pay most of the expenses when we plan anything. Shirley said it this way: you need a new group of friends. Why is your ass trying to hang on to something that is not providing a benefit to you? You know why? Because you are suffering from what so many people use as an emotion that has turned out to be the most useless emotion in the world, and it is called guilt. Stop suffering from guilt, because it's a useless emotion. It serves nobody any purpose except the person who's applying the guilt. And the guilt is being applied by your friends. Since they can't afford to do nothing and you can, you got to pay for it. You need some new damn friends. Here we go. But I usually pay for most of the expenses. I have been dating the same guy for 10 years, and I'm really proud of the man he's become. I've been patient with him while he completes his degree, but I don't think he's taking classes right now. And when I elevate where I am and who I associate with, I get sad. You are now sad with where you've gotten yourself, because where you've gotten remains to stay too close to where you're from. Once again, the antics in the hood, if you got to keep it real, the antics is really you got to keep it moving. So you have tried to stay true to your roots when your roots is sick. Your roots are poisoned. Your root is going to hinder and thwart the development of your growth as a plant, because you're trying to stay true to your roots. Well, your roots ain't moving. They ain't in good soil. They ain't being fertilized or nothing. Now, you got the same guy for 10 years. You proud of the man he's become, but you don't think he in classes right. You don't even know what he's doing. So now your association, if you continue to associate, remember the saying, association brings on participation? If you keep hanging with them, guess what? You keep doing what them is doing. So now you're throwing house parties and you drinking. For what?
Till 3 a.m.
What's the benefit? At work, I'm a different person. I get to talk to the other shift nurses. Oh, you get to talk with the people who are like-minded. Oh, okay. You get to talk to other shift nurses and doctors, and it's a different world than when I live in when I go home. That's because you bought your home in the wrong place. You ain't got to keep it real. You got to keep it moving. And this is not an anti-hood statement, because all the great things in my life is from the hood. I couldn't stay there and elevate at the same time. So, number one, you need to think about that. My boyfriend loves to say I'm different and I talk proper when I'm at work. I'm aware that I'm two different people, and I enjoy the progressive side of my life more than the one I grew up in. It's because it's time for you to grow up and to move on. Some people are in your life for a season. There are a lot of people in your life that are seasonal people. Everybody come with you, can't go with you. You got to stop trying to hang on to your past when it's thwarting your future. You can't keep hanging out with what you used to be when God has something clearly he wants you to be. But you have the power of choice, so hanging on to what you used to be is prohibiting you from fully reaching the potential of what you could be. I'm not ready to walk away from everything that's familiar in my life. Then cool, stay there. Thwart your growth. Continue not to grow. Go to house parties. Drink to 3 o'clock in the morning. Date a man that ain't moving forward, that's tripping on you because you different and you enjoy the difference, but you ain't ready to walk away from everything that's familiar with you. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you're going to fail.
Wow. That's true. Say that again.
If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail.
Yes.
Success is not in your comfort zone. It's on the other side. And if you want to be successful, you got to get out your comfort zone and prepare yourself to get uncomfortable. Am I being a sellout if I pull out from my friend? The hell no, you ain't being a sellout. It's called moved out.
Yeah.
You ain't no sellout. You moved out. Am I supposed to keep waiting for my boyfriend to get himself all the way together? Is there a way to distance myself respectfully? No, the way you distance yourself respectfully is that you stop hanging with them. Stop. Lady, you know them nothing. They're going to say, keep it real to you. They're going to say you a sellout. Or you can stay there and regret it the rest of your life, or you can go and move on and see what God has for you. You ain't finna be less black.
Post your comment on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, Sports Talk with Junior. Right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Here we go. Junior is here with Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
I need my man pimping.
This ain't about just Junior. This is about pimping. What's going on, everybody? Go ahead, Junior.
All right,
I was
pimping
hot last week.
14-2 on them picks, pimping. Here we go. Tennessee at New York Jets, pimping.
Excuse me? Say it again.
Tennessee at New York Jets.
Oh, Tennessee. Jets ain't finna win no game, though.
Oh, man. Kansas City at Philly.
Kansas City not gonna lose 3 in a row. That's
okay, there it is. Kansas City it is. Carolina Panthers at the Dallas Cowboys.
No, man, that's going to be hard because them Panthers is playing, man, and I do not like them, but they are starting to win my heart, man. Cowboys.
Uh-oh.
I don't even like picking them, but I got to tell the truth, though.
Yeah. New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints. Jameson finna make a comeback.
Yes, sir. Oh, here we go. Detroit at Chicago.
Ooh, that's a go nowhere game. I'm gonna go with Detroit in the Motor City.
Go nowhere game.
Get you one.
I'm gonna be with you on this pick right here, Pimpin'. Houston at Buffalo Bills.
Oh, Buffalo, man.
That's
y'all
what
know
I
what's
thought,
happening.
too.
Let's stop this here now.
Wow.
Quickly. Move on.
Indianapolis Colts at the Miami Dolphins.
That black dude that replaced Tagalooga, whatever his name is.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I can't say his name either.
Yeah.
Over the Indianapolis Colts, but I'm finna go with Miami, man, just for the surprise.
Miami. Washington football team at Atlanta Falcons.
Washington gonna make a comeback. Nice game last week, Hawks. Whatever y'all's name is, your birds. They always name their teams after birds. Falcons and Hawks. Move around. Name somebody something else. Damn, go ahead, Junior.
Seattle at San Francisco.
Oh, this gonna be crazy, man, because Russell and them lost last week, and Frisco lost too, and last minute, and Russell and them struggling. I'm gonna have to go with San Francisco, man, even though I want Russell to win.
Arizona at the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, that's gonna be a monster game right there, man. Rams
it is. Green Bay and Pittsburgh.
Oh, man, Green Bay, baby. Come on. I hate the Steelers. Ain't no way in the world. I don't give a damn who play them.
Baltimore and Denver.
Oh, man, that's going to be rough, but I'm going to go with Lamar. Baltimore for the win.
Yeah. Okay. Tampa Bay at New England.
Oh, he going back up there. He going to beat Bill Belichick ass.
And the Cleveland Browns at
Cleveland,
Minnesota.
I don't give a damn who you say. Who is they playing?
Playing Minnesota.
Minnesota finna get your ass whipped.
There it is. See how it turned out.
All right, thank you, Junior. Thank you, Pimpin'. Coming up at the top of the hour.
Text me all my picks to pimpin.com, okay?
J. Anthony Brown's Comedy Roulette right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for J. Anthony Brown's Comedy Roulette. Take it away, Jay, and set it up for us, please.
It's so simple. It is just so simple. You take 3 subjects, any 3 subjects you want, put them on a wheel. Words stop, we will make it funny. Damn it.
All right. Here are today's categories.
I've said that before, yeah. No.
Things millennials will say to let you know they're having a bad day. Okay?
Wi-Fi out.
Ways you say to the family your date is not that attractive. Or the last one, TV shows you don't like to admit that you watch. All right. Let's spin it. Oh. It stopped on ways you say to the family your date is not that attractive.
Oh, no.
And here we go. Comedy Roulette. Ways to let your family know your date is not that attractive. Don't try to look into that wandering eye, because it won't be looking at you, okay? Just don't throw yourself off trying to look at it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Things you say to the family to let you know that your date is not attractive. You know what? I really think it's great. We have matching hairlines. I really do think it's great.
Wow. Ways to say your date that isn't really that attractive. You know what? She looked like her daddy, but she got a good spirit. You know what I'm saying? She got a real good spirit. You know
She nice, Tommy.
Yeah, she nice, man.
Ways to say to your family your date ain't that attractive. Okay, listen. We met at church.
That's it.
That's it.
Enough said.
We met at church.
Okay. Ways to let your family know that your date is not that attractive. Okay. He's going to have to take his jacket off because his hump sweats, okay? So when he get in the house...
Yeah. Ways to say to the family that your date is unattractive. I mean, come on, Grandma. You don't use all your teeth either.
Pull up.
Ways to say to your date that isn't that attractive. Hey, look here.
Ways to say to your family.
Ways to say to your family, I'm sorry that your date is really not that attractive. Listen, from the neck down, she cold, dog. She cold. Yeah, from the neck down, dog. She cold. I'm just telling you now. Woo!
You're wrong for that.
Go ahead, Steve.
Ways to say to your family that your date ain't that attractive. Listen, it was a car accident.
Is that what happened?
Steve, what you talking about? When she get here, just listen. It's a car accident.
All right, Comedy Roulette. Ways to let your family know your date is not that attractive. He has a neck, okay? He has a neck.
Yeah.
No neck behind.
Ways to tell your family your date is not that attractive. Listen, when she come in here, I'm gonna need all these lights off, okay? She like talking in the dark. She don't like lights, okay?
Ways to say to your family your date just isn't that attractive. Listen, the Lord works in mysterious ways. You know what I'm saying? He works in mysterious ways. That's all I can say. But y'all get ready. Here she comes.
Ways to say to your family that your date is not that attractive. All right, when she get here, bet not nobody say nothing.
That's it? We can't say nothing.
I'm just telling you, when she come in here, bet not nobody say a damn thing.
That's pretty damn ugly. That, right?
And I mean nothing.
Nothing.
Not even a
All them look all heavy breathing, nothing.
All right. That's Comedy Roulette. J. Anthony Brown's Comedy Roulette. We'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In trending viral video news, did you guys see a black military veteran? His name is Eugene Bazzi. Eugene Bazzi. He's a Philly native and has only lived in Florida for 1 year. Well, he officially became a local hero when he successfully used a trash can to fight off and capture a 6-foot alligator just loitering in a neighbor's front yard.
I saw it.
This was crazy, right?
In some flip-flops.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
I'm
calling
going to
him
just tell
Black
you this.
Dundee, Steve.
I'm trying to trap an alligator. First thing I'm going to do is get these damn flip-flops off.
Right.
I cannot get this foot hung up at no moment in this attempt.
Flip-flops are known to do that. Flip-flops.
I don't know how he got over
He
it.
got him, though.
I love how resourceful he was with the trash can. I would have run the other way for sure.
I'm not going over there. I'm good at giving instructions. I don't say lines. I give instructions.
Oh,
Use the trash can.
Like most black folks, right?
Use the trash
Going
can.
outside with a trash can for no alligator.
My trash can would have had trash in it.
If I go outside to get this alligator, he going to be dinner and a belt.
Okay. Shoes, all that.
I'm shooting.
And shoes. And shoes.
Yeah. He got out of his neighbor yard. He's a good neighbor.
That's a brave dude.
He really is.
Yeah, Black Dundee. All right, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
What is going on? The NBA is looking to get all of its players vaccinated. That's a good thing before the start of the season. Amid new executive orders in San Francisco and New York City, any unvaccinated NBA players who cannot play will now have to forfeit their pay. Okay?
Got serious.
Play, no play. No play, no pay.
Kyrie Irving makes $435,000 a game.
What?
He's saying he's not taking the vaccine. Okay, look, man. Brothers, I'm just going to say this to all y'all. This your livelihood. Y'all sitting up in here tripping about the research done on the vaccine, which is ample enough for them to make it worldwide. I don't know what you're tripping on, and you can talk about it's my choice. It's your choice, but when your choice affects the livelihood and welfare of other people, it's not just your choice.
Yeah.
You're in a locker room in closed quarters every day with these group of guys, and what you can't do is come in there sick and then affect their livelihood and their money. It's a team sport. Now, brothers, get this damn vaccine and carry your ass on.
How much I make a game on?
Oh,
Kyrie makes $435,000.
Where the needle at? What
Give me
show?
all three of them. Give me all three of them.
Yeah.
LeBron got vaccinated.
Yeah.
That should tell you something.
Lead by example. There you go.
I got the vaccine before LeBron. I'm not a follower. I don't need nobody's permission to take care of me and my damn family.
Right.
And I don't want to hear your theory.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, about why you're not taking
Misinformation
I don't
and
care.
all those theories and all
Listen,
that.
it's my choice. It is until it affects me.
Right.
It's your choice to be in the Ku Klux Klan. But if you come over in my house with your sign and your hood on, I got something for your ass. Now, your decision is finna affect something now. Your
Actions
right
have
to choose.
consequences.
Actions have consequences. Thank you, Carla, for real.
And employees have the right to try to protect all their employees, and that's what they're trying to do.
Safe
Saying,
work environment.
You can't come
There
in
you
here
go.
and we don't know what the hell you got. Now, either you take the shot, get tested, or you stay your ass home and forfeit your money.
here's the way.
That's a lot of money to force.
That's a lot of paper.
But what about regular jobs? So people in the airline industry, United have laid off all those people.
But you know what? See, Carla, it's all relative.
Yeah.
See, just cause Kyrie make $435,000 a game, I've heard that number before. But when you make $4,000 a month, and somebody talking about you can come get this $4,000, or you get nothing. I'm finna go get this shot because this $4,000, that's my $435 a game.
That's my livelihood, right?
Coming up, it is our last break of the day on this Friday.
You joking, right? There's no more break.
Not actually. Yeah, it's the last one.
I'll be damn. Looking for another break, but okay. Go right ahead.
Coming up at 49 minutes after. Closing remarks from our one and only fearless leader, Steve Harvey, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we are. Our last break of the day, of the week. It's Friday.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Love
y'all gonna
Friday.
First day of October.
Yeah, of October.
It is.
Yes, fall.
Right,
Happy birthday to my brother, Dip, my dog. Happy birthday, man. My brother's 75 today.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, happy birthday.
75.
Yeah, that's my youngest brother.
My daughter's
that's my
birthday.
my oldest
Happy
brother
birthday,
passed, but that's my young brother.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool.
October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
It's
kick it
Domestic
off today.
Violence Awareness Month.
That's right, Shirley.
Halloween.
Halloween.
All right. Yep.
Carla's birthday.
Halloween.
Marjorie Harvey's birthday.
My
I mean,
daughter
the list
Sheridan's
goes-
birthday.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
A lot of stuff going on in the month of October.
What you gonna buy? You gotta buy something for birthday, don't you, boy?
Hell yeah. What the hell you mean?
What? We can't hear you. You mumbling.
Hell yeah. Better not act like can't act I forgot. Better not. I don't forget no way. All right, y'all, here we go. These are my closing remarks today. I was watching TV actually last night. And you know that show that comes on A&E called Intervention, where they try to intervene and get their family members off drugs or alcohol or whatever, you know. And I was watching it, and this girl on the show was 24 years old. And then they had another episode where this man was 50. The girl was on drugs, meth, and the guy was an alcoholic. But he was 50 and she was 23. And I was watching this, and both of them said the same thing, which prompted my closing remarks today. Both of them said, what could my life have been? Both of them said that at one point. Man, I've messed up. What could my life have been? Now, that's really hard, man, when you hear a 23-year-old say that. But for me, it's equally as hard when I hear a 50-year-old say that. Because what I want to say to everybody out there that's talking about what could your life have been, I want you to realize that that's a trick, y'all. Don't let the devil fool you with the thought of what could my life have been. That's a trick. Your life is not over. I don't care what you've done. If God wakes you up, it's because he ain't through with you. Your life is never over until it's over. Don't let the devil fool you with the thought of what could my life have been. It's a trick. We all make mistakes. Every last one of us. We will continue to make mistakes until we leave this world. Now listen, one of the mistakes that we all make is sometimes we make decisions that are contrary to what God actually wants for us. We've all done this. We all make mistakes that cause us to take and make detours in our life. And the detours that we take in our life are oftentimes leads us into another direction counter to the one that God had planned for us. Because God's original plan for you is to prosper. But we make decisions along the way that causes detours. And because something is delayed doesn't mean that it's denied. And I want you all to stop thinking and allowing the devil to fool you, talking about what could my life have been. Your life still has opportunities, chances, decisions that can be made. Your life is still valuable because God keeps giving you life. Don't let this devil do his masterful trick. His only mission in life is to rob you of your destiny. You can't let this happen by allowing the negative thought to come in. What could my life have been? Your life can still be. Everybody makes detours. I was looking on the line the other day, and I saw Cardi B and Offset over in Paris, right, for Fashion Week. And Cardi B was decked out. This girl's bad in the fashion game. But I was listening to my assistant tell me Cardi B's story, how she used to work at a grocery store and she couldn't make ends meet, so her boss talked her into another profession, which was to become a stripper. Now, God ain't never told nobody to strip. You can believe that. But we make decisions. But anyway, long story short, Cardi B saved her money, went and met a radio personality and did a track, made a song. This was the story he told me. How true that is, I don't know, but I loved it, right? Cardi B now is famous as an artist, but she took a detour. She was a stripper. God never had intention for Cardi B to be a stripper. Cardi B was to be a mother. Cardi B was to be a global star. And Cardi B, this is her career. Her mission is still being unfolded. What Cardi B is going to be, she ain't even reached it yet. What Beyonce is going to be, she may not have reached it yet. What I'm going to be, I'm getting there. I took some detours in life. I made some decisions in some marriages. I made some decisions with my career. I ended up homeless. I took some detours, man, to get here. Don't let the devil fool you with that statement of what could my life have been. Everybody makes mistakes that causes detours that are contrary to God's plan. But don't you let the devil fool you with what couldn't your life have been. Your life is always processing. We are all in the process, even when you make a mistake. Even when you cause a delay. But because it's delayed don't mean it's denied. We are all in the process. Don't get tripped out because your process then took a detour. God ain't through with you yet. I'm telling you, man, your life can still be great at 50. Your life can be great at 23. Don't be fooled with the trick of what your life can be. Trust in God, talk to God, call on him, and let him show you what your life can be because he got one for you. Those are my closing remarks. See you Monday.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit steveharveyfm.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.